The St. Clair Saints men's basketball team took first place overall in Ontario thanks to a big win over their rivals, the Fanshawe Falcons, this past weekend. The Saints men's team opened up the new year with an 85-75 win over Fanshawe College in front of a packed Sportsplex on Friday night. With the victory, the 10-2 Saints claimed first place in the OCAA's West Division while pushing Fanshawe at 9-3 down to second place. Fanshawe tasted defeat for the first time in 9 games. St. Clair now travels to Mohawk College on Saturday to follow up with a matchup on Sunday against Niagara College. They will return home on February 5th to face the Lambton College Lions. The 38th annual Can-Am Classic signaled the starting gun on the 2020 indoor track season last weekend at the Dennis Farrell Fieldhouse. The runners gave the Lancers a pair of medals to end the night. First, Lauren Perkins, Chloe Walker, Nicole LaRue, and Natalie Witten ran their way to silver on the women's 4x800 meter relay with a time of 9 minutes 28 seconds .13, coming behind the Guelph Griffins. Immediately afterward, it looked as though the Griffins would sweep the 4x800 meter, but the men's team was disqualified, giving the Lancers their first gold of the meet. Cole Hannum, Brandon Simone, Nick D'Alessandro, and Jonathan Ryu finished with a time of 7 minutes 51 seconds and 32 milliseconds. On Saturday, on the track, Mitchell Patterson won bronze for the Lancers, running the 600 meters in 1 minute and 22 seconds .09. In the women's 1,000 meter, Nicole LaRue won Windsor another silver, running a kilometer in 2 minutes 58 seconds .18, only coming from behind Guelph's Sadie Jade Hickson. The Windsor Lancer women's volleyball team scored 2 big wins this past weekend in their push for a playoff spot in the OUA West. The Lancers defeated the Queens Gales 3-2, snapping the Gales' 6-game winning streak heading into the contest. Outside hitter Hannah Camras gave Windsor match point with a cross-court shot, giving them a 14-13 lead before setter Brooke Davis found a soft spot in the Queens' defense to give Windsor the big 5-3 5-set victory over Queens. A pair of wins in the OHL this past weekend has put the Windsor Spitfires back on top in the Western Division. The Windsor Spitfires have now won 3 straight games and sit alone atop the OHL's Western Division after a 5-3 win over the Saginaw Spirit at the WFSU Center on Sunday. 5 Spitfires scored, with Grayson Ladd and Thomas Stevenson leading Windsor with 2 assists apiece. Rookie Pasquale Zito sat out the game before, but was entered into the game on Sunday and scored the game winner for the Spitfires early in the second period to give them a 3-1 lead. Windsor is 27-9-5 and sit in second place in the Western Conference, 1 point behind the Kitchener Rangers. Next up, the Spitfires will host the London Knights at the WFSU Center Thursday at 7 p.m. Joining me in studio today is the PFC Featherweight Champion, that's T.J. The Truth Laramie. T.J., thanks for joining the show once again.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to us about how 2019 was maybe difficult at the beginning of the year, and now 2020 is looking like you've got the ball in your hands here and maybe going towards a UFC contract.
So I started 2019. For one, I was coming off a loss of losing my TKO belt in 2018 around August, and so I came into 2019 looking to make a statement a little bit, coming off a loss, but I started the year with an injury. I was scheduled to fight in March for BTC, and then that fell through due to injuries, and then I just got right back on schedule, scheduled something for June, and then I won that fight fairly quickly. Another fight too that was like almost up in the air right at the end because I had to switch opponents on a day's notice due to injuries of my other opponent. So I got to thank the promoter and the promotion, PFC, for pulling that through, or else who knows, you know, where I'd be right now. But and then I went on to win again in September against an awesome fighter from Arizona in Paris Stanford, 5-1 black belt. And I pretty much ran through him all 3 rounds, easy decision. And then almost 2 years to the day I won my last title, I got an opportunity to fight for this belt here in my hometown of Windsor, Ontario. So I fought Andrew Cruz, 7-3, riding a 3-fight finish streak actually, and all against top caliber opponents. And I basically hit him with everything but the kitchen sink, and he wouldn't go down, but I won pretty handedly every round, and it was just amazing to get that kind of finish to the year and put myself as the #1 prospect really in the country.
Talk about the emotion about coming home, the comfort being able to train so close and then be able to perform here, and ultimately getting 2 wins here in front of your hometown crowd. How much momentum do you feel that kind of can give you in the mixed martial arts world when you have a hometown crowd like that feeding you on like that?
So for me, I feel like fighting in your hometown is more pressure than anything, really, especially when you're fighting at a higher stakes match, like fighting for a belt. But I feel like if I can perform under pressure like that, fighting at the big stage is no worries, you know what I mean? There's a lot less to lose. So fighting here in my hometown is just gonna prepare me for the bigger stages.
This week's TSS Spotlight is shining on Cole Purbu and the end of his Ironman streak. Since becoming a member of the Spitfires 3 years ago, Cole Purbu had not missed a game before this past Sunday, ending his streak at 244 regular season games. With playoffs and Memorial Cup in between, that's over 250 straight games for Cole Purbu. Here's to your TSS Spotlight.